Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Silverfang, and today I'm back with another video. So today I'm going to be reacting to Face Strange Fake episode 7. Last episode we got our first, well, technically our second alliance, because the first alliance was the makers of this Grail War, which is Francesca, Orlando, Faldius, those guys. They're not technically aligned, but they are. They're individually pursuing different goals, or they're technically aligned. So this is technically our second alliance. So it's between Enkidu, Assassin, Gilgamesh, Richard the Lionheart, and Watcher. Now, last episode we ended off with Jester in the hospital room of the little girl that controls the mist, or the shadow figure, which is apparently a rider. So this episode might be about Jester, but let's see. So with that being said, let's jump right into the video. We are in some kind of factory. Is this Berserker? Is this the master of Berserker? That's the only master we haven't seen yet. What is that? What is that? Oh, she's gonna steal her command seals? We finally found one. So it looks like she's not trying to. What is that? Oh man.
This woman that is considered humanity shall be properly dominated.
Oh man. What is that? Is that a heroic spirit from the future? I mean, it's a robot. Well, no, technically no. It could be a lot of things. Just because it could be something from the Age of Divinity too. So, but I'm assuming that's Berserker. But it would be interesting to have a heroic spirit from the future. Lying to Faldius.
You're fine now. I don't see history. Tell me, why a comedian?
He was just the first person of greatness that I thought of.
He likes comedy.
Can I come in?
So classical comedies was
I wonder if
that curse. Have you learned anything?
eventually he's gonna have to choose a side, right? Because he's employed by Faldius to some extent, right? So
Is she planning to meet up with the demon from the Scladio
is he
family?
gonna choose to follow orders, or is he gonna choose to ally with the friends he just made? Attacking Heracles? That is bold. That is bold.
All want with me.
Not an iceberg, apparently.
Just look at you. You're the shell, so I was able to easily possess it. It is that the only purpose for its creation was to be a vessel for a god.
She's
A vessel for a god. Qualify that. You wouldn't happen to be referring to yourself as one.
Well, to be precise, a goddess actually.
no. Yo, now that I see her clearly, she kind of looks like Reen. And she's a god? Is she who I think she is?
To eradicate enemy forces.
Is she who I think she is?
Although, perhaps it's unnatural for me being neither master nor servant. Space is becoming a labyrinth. At long last, you're deploying your bounded field.
That is not fair. That is not fair.
Not at all. This is the way that spell is meant to be used.
That is not fair. What is that?
To deploy it back.
That is not fair, bro. She has a servant and now she has this goddess on her side?
She came to this place.
Is my question,
before Zack.
is that Ishtar? She kind of looks like Reen. And she's a goddess. So, is that Ishtar? If so, this is not fair.
The reason saved my life.
The good thing is, Heracles is not gonna like her. So he's... Damn!
These Symphylian birds. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Wow.
What a good little one.
Here we go! Oh my... What is that? Exactly!
Miss Carrie, you have been the world that you
Damn! What is that? Oh man, that's gonna be
This
that's gonna be.
She's not my
a
master,
problem.
But she does happen.
Let's get back to the fighting.
I assume introducing me to your servant would be asking for too.
Let's go. Let's see. Let's see how Heracles does against a berserker.
Caldeus' superiors make their move.
Caldeus' superiors.
That's been set up would be completely ruined. So of course. You're saying you want me to stop this?
What would Caldeus interfere?
This is the best, me.
Woo!
Answer me.
I'm not liking this dude. It's always breaking up the fights.
It's deceiving the
Very cool power though.
I see there are quite a few new faces here.
Just preparing to send Thorn over here.
Damn, he gets all the info
The level of
immediately.
trust they have in you is exceedingly low, eh?
Okay. Very interesting episode. So, what I thought was an iceberg homunculus turns out to be a god who is very, very similar to Ishtar. And if it is Ishtar, then you know who she's gonna have a grudge against. Mr. King of Heroes, Gilgamesh. And it is really pointing for it to be her. Number one, she kind of looks like Reen. Number two, she was using arrows to fight. And number three, she was sitting on the arrow kind of like Ishtar used to sit on her bow. So it would, but why now? Why possess an iceberg homunculus now? Is it just because Gilgamesh is in the picture? But that definitely means then that her and Heracles or Alcides, they're definitely not going to get along. But she's not even a master. So what does she want? Why is she here? The other girl, the master of Berserker, she pretty much just wants to kill mages, right? But she was saved by this goddess, and now they're in an alliance together. But what is her interest in this Grail War? I mean, she's a goddess. What could she possibly want? This is becoming very, very interesting. Very interesting. Faldius does not trust Sigma. So now Sigma is like, hey. Oh, by the way, crazy ability by Watcher. So pretty much whoever aligns with Sigma, if he decides to trust them and tell them, listen, this is my servant, this is what he could do, they're gonna have all the info, because Watcher knows everything in the moment that it happens. So technically speaking, these guys, they can have all the information on all the servants, because Watcher sees everything. Now, the writers of this story are gonna have to very carefully navigate through this ability, just because if it's used correctly, technically speaking, you could pretty much go after the weaknesses of all the other masters. And you have Assassin on your side. So pretty much, like, they can kind of find out, like, when masters are vulnerable, the weaknesses of other servants, and you could kind of have Assassin, like, take them out one at a time if you play this ability right. Like, he knew at the moment that Faldius decided to send people to watch him. So that's another thing. They can't be taken off guard. This alliance is promising. It is very promising. Although the other guys are controlling this Grail War how they see fit. Like, they're stopping conflicts within between servants that they don't want to fight each other. Which, by the way, the ability of Caster to kind of create illusions that way is perfect for that. But my thing is, okay, now we have all the servants, we have all the masters, the Grail War is underway. Why do they not want the other servants to interact with each other? Like, Caster has stopped Gilgamesh from fighting Heracles and Hippolyta. Now she stopped this fight. Like, isn't that the point of a Grail War, for servants to fight each other, take each other out, and create the Grail? Or is there a bigger picture here that I'm not seeing? Because for the most part, Francesca, she's been stopping every single fight, with the exception of, like, Gilgamesh and Enkidu, and I think she was about to stop that too. So like, what is going on? Like, does she not want the Grail War to progress? Or I don't get what her point is. Another interesting thing that she mentioned was that if she didn't stop this fight, this specific fight, Chaldeas might get involved. Why? I'm still not seeing the bigger picture. I know this is a fake Grail War, but why would they interfere? Because is that because there was gonna be too much destruction? Maybe. There's a lot of information that we haven't gotten yet. Like, why is a goddess here? What does she want? Is it just because Gilgamesh is here? That's me assuming that this is Ishtar. And then why doesn't Francesca want these servants to fight? Isn't that the whole point? For them to take each other out so they can fill the Grail? A lot of stuff is going on here. Not sure exactly, because her servant, which is her in a previous body, he didn't want to stop the fight. But then she's like, oh, you have to, because if we don't, then Chaldeas might get involved. And we don't want that. I'm trying to think. Like, because doesn't Chaldeas only get involved when the destruction of the planet is imminent? I don't know. This is very interesting. I'm gonna have to think about this. Maybe in the next video. Maybe I may have to rewatch this episode to like take in all the info again. But there's a lot of stuff going on here, a lot of moving pieces. Now we have another party, which is this goddess and the new master with Berserker. As if we didn't have enough teams already. Because we have this alliance between Faldius, Orlando, and Francesca, which are the masterminds of this Grail War. Then we have the participants, like Ayaka, Flat, and these guys. That makes them another alliance. Like technically, Gilgamesh's master, I forgot her name. So then we got that little alliance, but now we have another group, which is this goddess and Berserker, which, by the way, what is that thing? It's either a heroic spirit from the future or something from the age of divinity, because giant mechanical creatures like that could only come from either the future or the age of gods. So have we ever seen a heroic spirit from the future like that? Well, another thing, it could not only from the age of gods, but it could also be a heroic spirit from like a legend. So it could also be that. It might not even be from the age of gods. It might just be something from a legend, like maybe a fairy tale or something. Not a fairy tale, but there's also that possibility. But I'm leaning more towards the age of gods thing, because this girl summoned that thing by herself, but I'm not sure if the goddess might have had anything to do with that at all, if she might have influenced that summon at all. So it might be something from the age of gods. A giant mechanical creature. The only thing that comes to mind, which I know is not that, is the mechanical ball from Babylonia. I know that's not it, but it could be something from that period. But so many stuff, so many things going on. Like, why did this goddess show up now of all times? Why to this Grail War? Why not the others? Why Gilgamesh? Gilgamesh has been in other Grail Wars, you know? Like, why is she here now? This is very, very, a lot of interesting stuff is happening. But I don't want to make this video too long. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Very, very interesting episode. I might have to rewatch it to get all the info again. Might trigger some new thoughts. But great episode. Great episode. We got to see Heracles fight against this god, which, by the way, Heracles is looking against her. It's looking kind of weak. She was so powerful. So that's not even fair. This girl has technically two powerhouses on her side. Berserker and this goddess. Wow. That's going to be a tough team to beat. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. If you have anything else that you guys would like me to react to, please leave it down in the comment section below. With that being said, I catch you guys in the next one.